everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade-Bloodlines. In the last episode, we found a book that we can read twice if we somehow were able to have this book twice. And it turns out that Trip is totally willing to photocopy as many copies of this book as we could desire, and we only really want 2 of them. And so I asked you guys if you would mind if I totally cheese this, and you guys gave me permission. So thank you very much for this. Panji said, go ahead and do it, Tim. And Methodron said, yeah, go ahead and do it. And Bruno said, well, you're a cheater. But he didn't say I couldn't do it. So we're going to go ahead and do it. So remember, everyone, that in the original game, Trip was selling, I think he was selling the Computers for Grandma book. And you could buy it from him multiple times. And as such, there was no reason for anyone to put like even a single point in to computer use, I think. Because you could just read that book twice to get you the computer use that you would like to have. And it seems to be carried over into this game, in so much that Trip will sell back books that you sell him as many times as you can afford to buy them from him, as long as you don't leave the store. The moment you leave the store, Trip instantly reads that book. And as we know, when you read a book, it vanishes. It's just the way books work in the world of darkness. It really is the light of enlightenment is being snuffed out as the books vanish from everywhere as people read them. It's a terrible tragedy. Unless you have a photocopier. But he couldn't even wait to photocopy his own copy of the book. He decided to read it right then and there. Actually, no, Trip has to read it. Like, he has to read that original book, and then he can't photocopy it anymore. That's what's happening. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this.
Thanks for coming back. What you need?
So we need to sell him the book.
Right, here's what we got today.
Obviously. And then I'm going to also sell him this ring. And then we exit. And then we talk to him again.
Thanks for coming back. What you need? All right, here's what we got today.
And we can read by the book. Now remember that to read a book, you must have the prerequisite research to understand the book itself. And then the skill the book affects must be within the minimal and maximum threshold. It so happens that for the security book, we need at least 2 points of security and at most 3 points of security to read it. So we can read this book twice. Arguably, if you're not using this cheat, if you're not taking advantage of the fact the game works this way, where you can sell and buy back books from Trip, then you would want to probably take a rank in security so you could gain 3 extra points of experience when you read the book to get you from rank 3 to rank 4. But we can read this book once to give us that 3 security.
Thanks for coming back. What you need?
And then
all right, here's what we got today.
We can buy the book from him again. All right. He will sell the book even a 3rd time, obviously. He'll keep selling it as many times as you want to buy it, but we can't read it another time here. Because, well, we can't read another time, period. Our security is now 4, and the book will no longer benefit us. As long as I'm staring at this screen, let's go ahead and increase our celerity 1 rank as well, giving us 3 points there. Thank you, Trip. Have a good evening, sir. And now, we'll do a proper summary of what happened in the last video. And we'll also talk about why I'm not going to feel that guilty about what we just did. I mean, I do feel a little guilty, because it is taking advantage of a system, like the way something works, and you pretty much know that it's not what the developers really expected you to do. There was a cost with doing this. Obviously, it cost us a little bit of cash to get those 9 points of experience, but cash is a lot easier. Well, it's not necessarily easier to get, and we might miss that experience, that money going forward. But honestly, I'd almost always rather have the experience than cash. before we go any further, as well, when we do the summary, we're stopping in to see if Mercurio is selling us any new weapons. And since we have 7 lockpicking, I think that's enough to get us into the chest that we had left here before. So let's see. I can't remember if it's 7 or 8 lockpicking to get into this. 8. Ooh. Do I want... I want to know what's in this. I don't remember what's in this. It might be a gun. Ooh, and I almost... Hold on. I almost hit the right mouse button on Blood Heal. Oh, that's interesting. Right, Tim. Remember, Blood Buff gives you 2 points of stamina. That would be useful if you're taking lots of bashing damage. Maybe I should have taken that one passive that doubled the length of Blood Buff. That actually might have come in handy. Anyway, let's see what's in this. Oh! It's a videotape, everyone. Jock shot swimsuit suit. 98% chance that someone has gone wild. We're going to drop that off at our haven before we go over to Hollywood, I think, everyone. Alright, let's look with Mercurio. We'll talk about the tape really quickly as well when we get out of here. And then we'll do the summary. Hey, Mercurio.
Picked up a Spaz 15 this morning. Cleaned, oiled, and just waiting to put a hole through something. You interested?
Ooh. Yes, I am. Let me see it. Frenchie Spaz 15. The Spaz 15 semi-automatic shotgun looks and fires more like an assault rifle than a traditional shotgun. It delivers bursts of deadly shot at a devastating pace. The Spaz 15 has both a semi-automatic and pump action functionality. 51 damage potential on this. That's incredible. Range combat of 7, though. We don't have that at the moment. So we'll just have to leave it here at this. Well, we could buy it. We can still use it. The feat adjustment isn't that great. Only we lose just 1 point of damage on it. But no, we'll come back for it later. It's also $500. We'll hold on to our cash at the moment. Thank you, Mercurio. We'll be back. I am interested in that weapon. I don't think we'll find something like that for some time. Alright, the videotape. So, the videotape is part of a series of optional, not fetch quests, but, what's the word I'm looking for? When you, like, run around and try to find items on a list. I forget what that's called now. Something hunt. I forget what it's called. Darn it! In any case, there is a series of these tapes, and if you find them and you bring them to a certain location, a person we haven't met yet will reward you by giving you girly posters that will be hung up in your haven for you. Like, there's a rather provocative image of Damsel with one of them, if I recall correctly. And Jeanette is another such picture. I think there's 4 of them total. I don't think you get any experience points for finding them. I think it's just for those pictures. By the way, we are going down to the docks because I want to see if we can find Madame Leota there. I don't know if we can walk into her place. I don't know if it was something new added for the unofficial patch, but in the last episode, we ended up going to the Museum of Natural History. And while we were there, at the very beginning of it, we had to actually find an entrance into the facility. I think that was newly added in the unofficial patch. And there was a note on the door of a place there that mentioned that Madame Leota's was moving to this location. I'm pretty sure her place was here the last time we were here, but I don't think we're able to go in it. We're probably not going to be able to go into it now, but it does give me the excuse to check. And it also lets me summarize what happened in the last episode with you guys and talk a little bit about a few other things about Let's Playing with you while we're doing this. So, We went to the Museum of Natural History because LaCroix wanted the Ankaran sarcophagus put under Camarilla protection. I don't know why he's so obsessed with protecting the sarcophagus. He definitely doesn't want us opening it. I don't think he wants anyone opening it except for himself. I would imagine that it's for the good of the kindred that he's doing this, right? Surely it's not because he wants to feed on the antediluvian that is within it, because the Camarilla don't think that's probably accurate. And Beckett didn't either when we met him down at the bottom of the museum. He too was interested in the Ankaran sarcophagus, having been told that it's some sort of harbinger of Gehenna. Both of us, however, were disappointed because the sarcophagus wasn't there. Beckett and I exchanged pleasantries, and he told us a little bit about the lore of vampires, of Gehenna, Thin Bloods, and what he believes is in the Ankaran sarcophagus, the corpse of an ancient Mesopotamian king. He was interested in opening it, if nothing else, to prove to the kindred that there is no such things as antediluvians, and they're all worried about nonsense and superstitious heresy. And here, before we look any further, here's Madame Leota's. Can we go in? Oh, no we can't. Darn it. Oh, why was that? Why was that? Is there a side entrance? No. Okay. Darn it. Oh, it's good to check anyway. That cop isn't around here, right? We needed a little bit of blood. Make up for the blood we lost. Oh, no, the cop's all cleared out. I don't think there's anything we're going to find in there. Alright, so Madame Leota's was a red herring. Or a purple herring, I suppose, in this case. In any case, so without the sarcophagus in hand, we returned empty-handed to Mr. LaCroix. He was not pleased to learn about the lack of the sarcophagus, especially because he had just called a blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez. I suspect looking to take the excuse that we saw him at Grout's in order to eliminate a potential political enemy and a strong leader of the Anarchs here in Los Angeles. I can't say that I agree with his decision, especially because we don't yet know for a fact that Nines killed him. All we know is that Nines was at Grout's. Nines doesn't like the Camarilla very much. But why would he kill Grout? We don't know yet. We'll find out later. In any case, he was quite enraged about the lack of the sarcophagus and put two and two together almost immediately and realized that the people who gave him the keys to access the museum were probably behind the sarcophagus's removal. The Nosferatu. And apparently their primogen, Gary, is who Mr. LaCroix wants hunted down. And so he is sending us, his most trusted right-hand man, to go and track down Gary. We will need to gain the approval of, I think, what's the Baron's name? Isaac Abrams, Baron of Hollywood. I think the way it works is that for the Camarilla, it's a prince as the leader, but I think for the Anarchs, it's a baron. And so, but that would mean that the Anarchs have some hot sort of hierarchy. And I thought the Anarchs, at least in downtown, don't seem to share that same view. Everyone has an equal voice with those Anarchs. So I'm pretty sure, however, that I think it is Anarchs in Hollywood. In any case, that's our next stop. So once we go back to our haven, we'll try to outfit ourselves for visiting downtown. That's not downtown, Hollywood, and then we'll head on over there. I want to drop off this cassette. I forgot all about this cassette. I hate carrying around stuff with me that I know I'm not going to need. All right, so while we're doing this, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of my weird sense of... it's not justice. My desire to balance things when I am doing things that I know are against the rules, as it were. I have a code of honor that I try to abide by. It's kind of a weird thing to even describe it like that. It's nothing quite like that, but I don't like breaking the rules in games if I find what I consider to be an exploit. For example, in Deus Ex, a long time ago, I found an exploit where I could lock and unlock this door, and I would get, I think it was like 50 experience points every time I did it. And I swore I would never... I did it once, and that was it, when I realized that that was a glitch. I generally don't like using glitches in games. However, I'm willing to break that rule here, and we'll talk about the reason why as we're walking to our haven.
Hop in.
So, in games like Vampire the Masquerade-Bloodlines, there are quests in these games. And completing the quests gives you experience and sometimes treasure, as it does for Pisha's quest in particular, is something I brought up multiple times. Where, when I think there's a total of 7 experience points awaiting you if you complete her quests. I think it's 1 experience for sending Mr. Millington down to her to get eaten. And I think you get a Masquerade redemption doing so too, but I don't remember. And then it's 2 experience points, I think, and a very powerful artifact upon giving her the items she's looking for. The fetish that we found in the last episode is 1 such item, and the other one, I'm pretty sure, is located... I don't want to spoil anything for you guys beyond what I already have in the game, but it's another item. You find it near the end of the game, I think, after you've done most of the work in the 4th hub in the game. The first item you get is the Odious Chalice, I think is what it's called, right? And we talked about it briefly. It's like this living creature that I think used to be a person. And whenever you kill someone with a melee or brawl attack, it gains 1 blood point, and you can feed on it to restore all your blood points. So it's like a refillable blood pack. It's very useful, especially if there's some creatures that, or people, that you would prefer to fight in melee rather than ranged. You saw how easily we eliminated the guards down in the museum area. God, that felt so disgusting, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. In any case, they weren't so tough. And every time we would have killed one of them, that would have put a point of blood into that chalice. I'm just giving you an example of how it works. The other item, I think, is an item that gives you 1 soak level for all types of damage you can take. Bashing, lethal, and aggravated damage all goes up by 1 soak level, so you take less damage from everything. Very useful, especially for the final area of the game. Now, the reason we didn't do the quest properly is because I want to roleplay Lotaeri as someone who has a lot of humanity. He's not really interested in killing people for the Masquerade. The reason we killed all the police officers downstairs because I was only giving myself 2 reloads. We'll talk about that in a bit. In any case, I didn't really want to do that quest correctly. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel like I should do that quest correctly. It felt like we were consigning that gentleman to his doom. In a horrific way, he would be eaten by Pisha. That's not something I think Lotaeri would have done. So we didn't do it. Now, the problem is that for some games like this, where they have those quests, they don't really, they don't reward you for role-playing that way. I suppose there is a penalty. There is a penalty for sending the Millington down there to die. You suffer a humanity loss. I think it's 1 point. Might be 2. Might be 2, which would be 4 points of humanity for Lotaeri if we decide to do it. But, well, you can recover that pretty easily, if I'm being honest. So humanity is a weird thing. I am aware of the fact that we could dance on a dance floor in a club, and after, I want to say like 5 minutes of dancing, you would recover 1 point of humanity. And I think you can do that once per club. So the penalty for doing it isn't really that severe. And the reward for doing it is more experience points to make yourself more powerful, and powerful artifacts to really help you in combat. And this game, no matter what, at the end of the day, you will need a combat-capable vampire of some sort. On that note, okay, I did spend the experience points, good. So, by not doing the quest correctly, we give up on some significant amount of power and utility. So, in other games, they might give you a choice of how you want to do something and reward you accordingly, but try to balance it a little bit. Here, the reward is we don't lose 1 humanity, or I guess in Lotaeri, 2 humanity by sending Millington to his doom. But we lose out again on, I think, 7 experience points and 2 items. That's not really a fair trade, in my opinion. That's not a fair trade at all, especially when I know I can walk in and dance for 5 minutes off screen at a club and get back the humanity that we lost. So, by using the book cheat there, I view it in a way that says, okay, well, I can convince myself that this is a fair trade, gameplay-wise, for getting Millington the hell out of downtown.
Going somewhere?
Oh, nowhere. Hold on. Let's talk about this for just a few more minutes, everyone. So, 9 experience points, I think, is a fair trade for 7 experience points and those 2 items. Now, that said, I am still willing to do, as well, the same thing we did earlier. In fact, let me look really quick. Do I have it with me? Okay. So, I am willing to take our blue blood pack and drop it on the ground someplace, if you guys think we should. We did spend, I think it was close to $300 on books prior to give us the 9 experience points effectively. Right? We earned 3 free points in computer, 3 free points in firearms, and 3 free points in stealth. Because I read all those books, I think, right? To give me what they, No, actually, no, we read the stealth book, right? I think we read the stealth book once, not twice. I can't remember. In any case, I think it would be a fair trade to spend another $200, as it were, to cover those costs. I'm sorry for going on about it, everyone, but I really do want to... I want to be fair, even if I am cheesing the game a bit. But I think it is kind of fair, given what we've lost already. And what I still think we'll be losing out more of, because I'm not going to do LaCroix's quest to talk to the gentleman at the cafe. I don't want to be LaCroix's patsy. And I don't think, unless the place was a dive, and like it was under awful management, and I don't think we'll find out about that. I don't see why we would help that one guy write a negative review just because LaCroix wants the property. I don't care about LaCroix that much.
Where to?
Nor what he wants. Just drive. Alright, everyone. So that's enough babbling. We'll talk a little bit more about Let's Playing, but let's get over to Hollywood. Oh, what the heck?
Ain't seen you here before. And if I haven't seen you, neither has Isaac. So that's your next stop.
And you might be?
Isaac's in the jewelry store at the end of the street. Consider yourself invited.
I'll head on over there. A ghoul? A vampire? Or someone who, well, maybe just someone who Isaac trusts. So, alright, well this kind of makes sense to me. I can understand why a prince or baron would want to know whenever a new kindred arrives in their city and passes through. You want to keep tabs on who is here. You want to understand who might be causing trouble. And if someone is here who's not supposed to be here, you might want to eliminate them. Abrams Jewelry is all the way down this street. So let's go ahead and visit him then. I kind of like this. It's not really a rule or a law. Actually, it might be a law that he has, that Isaac has. And yeah, I can agree with this. If I was the Baron or Prince of an area, I would expect people to stop in to pay their regards and or respects to me first before doing any related work in the area I am overseeing. I might have a task for them to do. Or something else of that sort. Oh! There's the cafe that LaCroix wants. But I was just mentioning, everyone, I don't think I will be doing that quest for him. I don't mind doing stuff for the Camarilla's sake. I like her shoes. I don't mind doing the work for the Camarilla's sake, for the Masquerade and what have you. Although I don't like that being used as an excuse in order to have people murdered all the time. And I don't mind doing work for LaCroix if it keeps us occupied. But I don't agree necessarily with just taking away the potential livelihood of the owners of that cafe just because LaCroix wants the property. I know nothing about that location or the people who own it, and so I don't think we'll be doing that work. Not unless we find out that the place is shady. We're still low of a little bit of blood. I say, as I, or someone who looks a lot like me, walks around the corner. Thank you, sir.
Not today.
Hey, sir, you are too late. You are too late. Alright, so we can't go in the front door, so I'm guessing the back door is where we're going. And Mr. Isaac Abrams apparently likes to know who's here. Those cameras give us all sorts of trouble in the last episode. Very fancy place, Isaac. I like your foyer.
Good evening, neonate. Isaac Abrams. I've been expecting you. Seems the wooden soldiers of the Camarilla shuffle in a little too often these nights. That baby-faced two-bit Prince LaCroix got something to say to me?
Oh, he does not like LaCroix. He respects us at least a little, even though he's yelling at us because he called us neonate, not fledgling. You tell me. One of your goons directed me here.
Very courteous of you to stop by. All kindred that enter my domain are expected to introduce themselves. It may seem like an outdated formality, but it serves its purpose.
I was just talking about how much I like this formality, Mr. Abrams. I can agree with its, Oh, crap. Well, it left my head. I can agree with the reasons behind it. And, wow, we're going to ask what the purpose that would be. It lets them know that we're here. It lets him see what type of person we might be. He's a Toreador, so he has auspex, so he's probably using it right now to see what type of person we are. Maybe he'll ask us, he'll have a task for us so we can show our goodwill towards him. And besides, when push comes to shove, we're doing work for LaCroix, and LaCroix has mentioned that we'll need Isaac's help. And what purpose would that be?
It gives me the opportunity to personally welcome visitors to my domain. It also helps to establish an understanding in advance, so that there are no unfortunate accidents while they are in town.
We could have talked about how LaCroix is the prince of the city, but remember, Isaac here is a anarch. They don't care very much about who is the prince of the Camarilla. They have their own politics. He's in control of, He's in control of this area. The Camarilla are not in control. How to describe it? I don't get the impression the Camarilla are in control of Los Angeles. They have their own piece of the city. And maybe that even overlaps with the Anarchs. But as long as they and the Anarchs are not fighting over something, they will get along at the moment. There's no war between them at this point. So what sort of understanding is there going to be between us?
Call me old-fashioned, but this is my barony, and as is tradition, a token of respect must be paid.
Okay. What do you want? And I don't mind. It depends on what he's going to ask us for. If he's like, I need you to kill yourself, right? We're not going to do that. If he's like, I need you to hit on the cute Asian girl down the street, yeah, well, we can do that for him, no problem. What do you want?
What I want is a simple exchange. Last week I paid for a certain item, a movie, and this evening I got an email saying that the seller is ready to deliver it. Unfortunately, he's become a bit paranoid all of a sudden. Won't meet me in person, won't drop it off, won't even answer his phone. Says he'll send the location of the pickup to a computer in the nearby internet cafe tonight. You see where I'm going with this?
You're worried it's a setup, so you're sending me instead.
Speaking of paranoia, no. Simple pickups, all that's involved. Go to the Ground Zero Internet Cafe. Look for a directory named Joseph K. and use the password Kafka. There'll be an email in there that will specify a nearby location. Meet the contact, pick up the item, come back. Not too painful, right?
I'll do it. Mind if I have a question? If I ask a question first, Mr. Abrams?
There'll be plenty of time for questions later. I'll explain everything when you get back.
All right. Package delivery. Never done that before. I'm gone.
Excellent. In the meantime, consider yourself a welcome guest in my barony. Welcome to Hollywood.
Thank you, Abrams. Nice. A bit forceful at the beginning there, but he wants to lay down the law. He's in charge. He expects us to obey whatever rules or laws he has and show him respect. That's fine. I don't mind doing that sort of thing. We are new in town. He knew. I mean, one of his guys was right. Well, he didn't necessarily know that I was here. You'll scream. Not before we get some blood. All right, so we need an internet cafe. Man, remember when those were a thing? Are those still a thing? I don't know. Everyone, actually, I want to talk a little bit about Let's Playing with you guys for a bit, too. Sorry, what's down here really quick? Oh, listen to all the crowd inside the cafe. They're probably having a good time. Oh, a sewer door. Nothing else back here that I can see except for some rats. And a baby! someplace on the other side of that cliff. Okay. It's a bit weird. I generally don't put my babies on the sides of cliffs. But I don't have any babies I'm aware of. So, I think we should be okay.
Oh my gosh, is that you? Everyone was worried sick about you. When you didn't show up and didn't call and nobody knew anything about what happened to you, we thought you were dead. Are you okay? You know what? Never mind. We have to help you.
Oh my god. I forgot all about this girl. It's not necessary. I'm fine. Do we go with that? She must have been a friend of ours when we were in college. Who are you?
It's me, Samantha. Don't you... Did you suffer amnesia? Is that it? Let me make a call. We'll get everybody together. We can talk. Maybe you'll remember something. The important thing is that they know that you're alive.
I think you've made a mistake. I just moved here. I don't know you.
Come on, this is serious. I know it's you. Don't you recognize me? It's me. It's Samantha. What happened to you?
Lady, listen. I really don't know who you are. Is this some kind of scam?
But your face, you look exactly the same. It's uncanny. I can't believe it.
I don't know what to tell you. Mind stepping out of my way?
Yeah. Sorry. My mistake.
Holy crap, that was close. I really like her outfit. I like her jacket. She looks uncannily thin, though. She looks like she's a worm. She's not nearly as thick as this girl here. Hello. Sorry. It's a compliment, though. Wow. Persuasion 5. Holy crap. And she looks so thin. Oh! We should also be doing side quests. We have a key to this place, the Lucky Star Motel. We got it off the corpse of Milton. Muddy Mike Durbin is located here. So we should go on in. He's being hunted by that one gangrel. It took us a while to get here. I'll be surprised if he's not already here. The gangrel. Hello, sir.
Sorry, no vacancies.
Just taking a look around.
Feel free, man. This is a treasure trove of human banality. Working here, you meet lots of types, man. You get stories, you get characters, you get, like, you know... This is the kind of place where writers go to study human behavior, man. It's invaluable.
Oh, are you a writer?
Writer's such a tarnished term, you know what I mean? It's like every other guy says he's a writer, right? Like, you write a letter, you're a writer, you know? It's like, what I do, that's screenwriting. Like, I encapsulate the essence of excellent film in my scripts, all right? Like, I'm like a blacksmith with pens, all right? I'm a welder of montage.
What do you write?
Does a writer write, or does he just, like, ink the flotsam and jetsam floating in his subconscious into a 120-page piece of film genius? But, you know, most of my subconscious is filled with old horror films, so that's what I write mostly, I guess.
Horror? Oh, what kind of horror films are you working on? I like horror films.
Me? I'm, like, looking to redefine the vampire movie, okay? Like, tons of people make vampire flicks, like popular characters, but me... I'm going to be doing the real deal. Like, not only is it going to be scary, but it's going to be believable.
Vampires? What do you know about vampires?
Well, in my story, it's not like about garlic and bats, okay? It's about vampire societies and stuff. You know, like, what would vampires be really all about? I mean, how do they blend into society without being discovered?
I see. Well, I must be going now. As he enters a combat pose for some reason. Interesting. Well, just because he's writing that screenplay or film doesn't necessarily mean that he knows anything about us. We haven't read it. It could be just a coincidence. No doors down on the ground level. Oof. Lockpicking of 8. point of dexterity would do it for 12 points. But I'm thinking we want Seduction 7 next. Vesuvius is here, and I've never had a high seduction when I've walked into that location. The red-headed, lingerie-wearing vampire girl will be there that we saw a long time ago when we were at the theater and our sire was beheaded. I think she is in charge of that club, and that's why she was wearing that outfit. And I've never seen eye to eye with her. My Malkavian basically insulted her right away, and as a Nosferatu, you're not allowed even in that facility. So this will be my first time where I'm actually going to be trying to talk with her and being on her good side. I'm curious if a high seduction will be helpful there.
Oh my god! My work is done.
Well, we were slightly too late. Not that we could have probably saved them anyway. I don't think we'd be a match for a gangrel, even with our shotgun and fire axe. The card reads, Brothers Salvage, Santa Monica. We probably shouldn't stay here. We'll be blamed for his death. I don't think we're ready to take on the gangrel.
Hey, need a date?
No, we're good. We're good. I think we'll hold off on that for a little bit. Okay, and here's the internet cafe. Oh man, okay, I don't recognize the music. Hopefully this doesn't get us into in any trouble. Alright, so we're here. Oh, we had to find a login. Jose FK, okay. And this is UQTU, so that's not the person that's not what we want. I guess everyone has their favorite computer that they like sitting at as they play. The Cowboy's Guide to Cyberspace by Case. You squint at the wiggly markings on the page, but can't quite make out what they say. Despite this, something in the back of your mind is thinking they say illiterate dumbass. We need a research skill of 8 to use it.
Don't touch me, right? It's not my problem.
Sorry. Alright, so that wasn't the computer. This one? Tupacula. What a great handle. Our hacking of 3, we're not succeeding at hacking any longer, everyone, not without some more computer investment and or Auspex use. Hollywood Celebrity Database. Okay, we read about Abrams? Actually, we don't know if Abrams was actually a Hollywood celebrity at all. Isaac Abrams. His last name. Oh, this time it's last name, first name. So Abrams wasn't here. Emalia's name is here. This was the girl whose picture was inside the bounty hunter's room. The curly hair, red dress. Model famous for her racy covers and high lifestyle, Emalia claimed residence in Hollywood for several years. Tragically, her career was cut short in its prime. Her car was found wrecked at the base of the Hollywood Hills. Her remains burned beyond recognition. N through R. S through Z. Okay, I don't recognize anyone here. Yosef K. Okay, this is what we want. So, is it in his email? No subject. Meet me in the alley behind the fast buck. Apps? Directory? Access denied. Your account balance is 56 cents. To recharge your account, please speak to a Ground Zero employee. 6 experience. 3 more. We could grab Subterfuge, rank 7. My hope is to raise that to rank 8 when we arrive at the next hub. We'll probably put the last point into appearance. Alright, so the fast buck. I didn't see it. We didn't see it down that way yet, so let's go in this direction instead. Actually, there's a map right here. Let's consult that really quick. Oh, that must be like a... Oh, what's it called now? Natural Beauty, Lacy Lingerie, Lily Pop, that must... Victoria's Secrets, there it is. Must be one of those types of places there. I don't see the lucky buck. What's the name of the place again? I don't remember the name of the place. Oh, Fast Buck. That's it. So it's right up ahead, and then it's behind that place. I like how, by the way, busy Hollywood is. Lots of people walking up and down the strip here. Well, in the next episode, we'll probably start stopping by all these places. And see if we can get any other side quests for him. But right now, I want to focus on this particular quest. I remember what's on this videotape. And we will want to bring it to Isaac soon. Or sooner rather than later. Hello, sir. I don't suppose the entrance to the Lobotomy Corporation is beyond that door.
Yeah? What do you want?
Are you the guy with the tape? Isaac sent me.
Yeah? I mean, what? Who the hell is Isaac? I don't know anyone named Isaac. Get lost, pal.
Come on. I know about the tape. Just give it to me and you can go.
Tape? What tape? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Fine. I'll tell Isaac you wouldn't give me what's his.
All right. Sorry. It's just that... I mean, something is... I just want out of this whole thing. I don't want anything to do with that damn tape.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, When it comes to video, I've seen everything. And I do mean everything. But this thing, it's sick. It can't be real, but it is. I know it. It's real, and it scares the hell out of me.
I know how you feel. Lately, I've seen a lot of things you wouldn't believe.
Oh, you have no idea. It's disgusting. That girl, the things that are happening to her. It just ain't right, man. It just ain't right. No. Something's wrong. Something's after me. I swear to God, something's after me.
What are you talking about?
Every place I go, wherever I look, I see things. In the shadows. My phone rings, I hear something breathing on the other end, and... Shit. I'm out, man. I'm out of this whole thing.
All right. Well, just give me the tape.
I don't have it. I stashed it someplace. Look, you need to find Ginger Swans. Huh? What the hell was that? Oh, shit. Did you see that? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
See what?
What the? Oh, Christ!
Well, apparently he wasn't lying. Something was after him. It's probably a movie someone's watching, with the gunfire and the screaming. Man. Poor guy. It's a creepy statue, man. You know, don't be that desperate. Come on now. All right, so we don't know a Ginger Swans. I think we might have seen her name though on that celebrity computer. So let's check that first. It's a name and there were names there. And if we can't get the information there, then we can ask Isaac about it. Yeah! Yeah, tear the place up. Alright, so this is what we're looking for. Ginger Swans. It's last name, first name. Oh, she's here! Swan Ginger. Fame at your fingertips. Ginger Swan. Swan, a name synonymous with beauty and glamour to this day, was a great celebrity of the late 40s and early 50s. Her credits included such movies as Gilded Hummingbirds and When No Means Yes. After her passing in 1964, she was interred in the Hollywood Eternal Cemetery Mausoleum. No porn, yep. Don't bother downloading that garbage here. Alright, so we're done with, I guess, this place. The mausoleum. So we need to find the entrance to the cemetery. That's not it there. That leads up to the hills. I doubt it's, well, we probably can't get to it through the sewer system. Let's go this way
Not
and...
my problem.
No one said it was. Let's try to get the tape and bring that back to Isaac, and we'll call the session when that's complete. So, Yeah, so let's try to find out where this... Actually, how long have I... It feels like I'm playing for almost an hour, though, everyone. So maybe we should stop here. Let me check the recording really quick. Give me a few seconds. Okay, 55 minutes. We have enough time to probably get to the graveyard and see about checking out where Miss Swan is in the mausoleum. I don't remember where the entrance is to the graveyard. Hopefully it's on this side. So, while we're doing this, let's talk a little bit about Seduction 7. I think that Seduction 7 is the level at which point we can talk to one of the prostitutes, and she will agree to service us for free. We're that good looking and that suave of a talker that they're just interested in us just in general. So that will make getting blood far easier than me trying to ambush some of these people walking the streets. And here's the graveyard. But we're not allowed in. Okay. And I can't talk with any of the homeless here. Oh, that's interesting. There's a peep show down here. This must be... Oh, that's a handle. That's a door we can interact with as well. So I'm assuming we can, you know, go down there if we want to see a peep show. We'll probably have a quest to go down there later. Not really expecting any horrors here in the graveyard. If there were undead or something coming up out of the graves, that would be breaking the masquerade. And likely Isaac would not really want people knowing that this is occurring under his barony. So I'm not expecting to find any skeletons or zombies down here. But if you look over at the left-hand side of the screen and the type of zone we're in, it is a combat zone. We'll wait to pull out the gun if we need it. Miss Swan was buried in a mausoleum, so none of this qualifies as that. Tombs, graves, and crypts. Really appropriate music, this. I don't remember this in the original game. I like this. I hope it doesn't get my channel in trouble. It's like 2:30 in the morning. There would be no one else in here doing anything of any good. I'm surprised. Oh, well, actually, the gate was shut. We kind of snuck in through a damaged section, so we know there's not going to... anyone else in here is up to no good. We should have brought a flashlight or something. It would be difficult to see her name on any of... the caskets buried here, interned here. Hello. Someone's been busy here, though. Some bones. Horror tape. A battered videocassette. The labeling is cheap and worn. You can barely make out Devil Spawn Flesh Feast 1. And the logo, which looks somewhat like DMP. It appears this tape has changed hands more than a few times. Checking at my experience points. One more. We'll be able to take Seduction 7. Was a little too easy. Last time I was in a graveyard with a shotgun, I was playing a Native American. Several years ago now, if I recall correctly. Turok 2. What a great game that was. There's a quest we can get here, everyone. I think from someone who's inside this house. House? Sure. I think this is the, Gravediggers? Home. We don't have time to do it now. So we'll come back for that in the next episode. It's a side quest, and it involves killing undead. I know, arguably, Tim, you should be running, right? Oh, this entire episode was you spent walking up and down streets. No, we'll walk. The viewers won't mind. Oh, it's like 8 at night, and I left my windows open all over the house. Give me a few seconds, everyone. I'm going to have to cut the recording when we get out of here. Really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, no problems. Nice and easy retrieval in the end. Alright, everyone. Let's go ahead and bring this back to Isaac. We can talk a tiny bit about Let's Playing on our way back to his place. So, Lost Fremen made a very funny comment on my last video, defending me in court against the judge because I ended up killing like half the security guards in the museum down in that lowest section down there with the cameras, and he was saying how, Your Honor, he only gave himself 2 reloads. What do you want him to do? So he murdered everybody. But this is something I'll talk about more in the next episode also, I think, because we're running out of time in this one. But something I try to keep in the back of my head when I'm playing these games is that not only am I playing the game, and not only do I think you guys are expecting me to be somewhat competent at the game I am playing, but I don't want to ruin the suspense for some areas of the game. If an area is difficult to get through, and I like reload 20 times trying to get through it optimally, right? Or I make a small mistake and I just immediately hit reload. You guys don't want to watch that, or at least I don't like watching that, and I don't like doing that, and I find it frustrating if I am playing a game and I see myself do this. I like trying to force myself to live with the mistakes that I make. I think it's more entertaining for you guys as well. And so, in the museum's maze down below, after failing twice, I don't feel like I really should be reloading another like 15 times to get through it. That's one of the reasons why I say only 2 reloads, for example, or I try to limit the amount of them, because I think it really hurts the Let's Play if I do more than that. If I'm going to reload the game 20 times to get through an entire area correctly, well, why not just play on easy? Or why not activate a cheat code so I can get through it then? I can understand there being some fun in watching a fail montage as someone lose an area over and over and over again. But we're not going to fail that area over and over and over again. It's just, do I want extra experience points for going through it correctly? And since I'm recording the game, I'm not playing it off screen, I think it makes for a better Let's Play if I after so many attempts are tried. No, we don't reload. We suffer through it. I hope that I think that makes for a better Let's Play experience. I think you guys probably agree with that as well, or maybe you don't. Maybe you guys don't care if someone reloads a million times. I'm exaggerating. Maybe you guys don't care if someone reloads an area like 10 times. But for me, it's just going to be 2. At that, once it's beyond that, no more. All right, I'm sorry. That was a little bit of a tangent. We'll talk more about it in the next episode. Hey, Isaac.
You made good time. Hand me the item.
Here.
I didn't doubt you'd find this. And I apologize if I was overly imperious before. A reflex action. I get a lot of young blood in here forgetting their place. I'll assist you as reasonably as I can with your task. But first, this tape. I'm in a hurry to find out what's behind all the hype, so get comfortable. I do have a feeling that whatever's here may be of use to both of us.
Help me, please.
It's more disturbing than I was led to believe. You can understand my concern now, can't you?
That was sick. Why the hell did I need to see that?
It just so happens that around the time this snuff film started circulating, the Nosferatu disappeared. I tried to elicit their help in tracking down the source, and for the first time in all these years, I was dismayed by their absence.
So you think this tape has something to do with their disappearance?
I assume it does. It's awfully coincidental otherwise. And those creatures. I don't know how many professional FX houses could pull those off. There's a problem, though, in that the film's incomplete. The first half is damaged. We need a complete copy.
Where do we find a better copy?
Behind the spit-shine gloss of the Hollywood Dream Factory, there's another city churning out a vile byproduct for the furtive consumption of a debauched audience. I have no doubt the film's found its way to another smut peddler. I'd ask around.
Oh! We saw that peep show entrance. Maybe it's that place. Smut, huh? Alright. Before I start looking, though, I had a few questions for you, Isaac.
Certainly.
So, first off, he did mention that he was being very imperious at first. That's what I kind of expected that from him. Again, laying down the law. So, I don't really fault him for it. It's fine. And he and I are getting along. So, much better, I think, than LaCroix and I are. What can you tell me about the Nosferatu?
The Nosferatu? I pity them, but I loathe their presence. I deal with them when it's necessary. I know they're beneath my city somewhere, but only they know where. They respect my streets, and I keep my politics out of their sewers. But I don't trust them by any stretch of the word.
One more question for you, Isaac.
Certainly.
Anything else I can do in this city?
There is something, but it involves a gargoyle. I can see that's got your attention.
We read a little bit about gargoyles from a book in Strauss's manor. Yeah, tell me about this gargoyle.
It's taken up residence in my beloved Asian theater. It is closed now, but that's beside the point. I sent some people to evict it, and it sent them back with a few less limbs. I can't have that monster attacking kindred in my city.
I'll take care of that gargoyle if you'll tell me how.
It's a walking block of stone with a taste for blood. I'd suggest whatever method doesn't result in you being eviscerated. In truth, I'd rather have it as an ally, but I doubt it's going to be chatty. Here's the key for the theater. I'll leave it up to you.
I'll see what I can do. You'll have one less gargoyle by the end of the night. But we'll look into that in the next episode, everyone. We're going to call it quits here for now. So thank you guys for watching, and when we come back, we'll go back to that graveyard, and we'll talk to the gentleman in that house, and see, and indeed take care of the undead problem I know he's got, or try to. I didn't have a lot of luck with it when I was playing a Malkavian. In fact, I think I failed it every single time. But with Celerity 3, I'm hoping it'll be a lot easier for us. In any case, I'm babbling. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.